Do you want a super easy treat that you can make with one bowl, one spoon, and less than an hour? Stay tuned. What's going on, everybody? It's Mitch. Welcome back to my channel. I'm just gonna make really simple treats to snack on. So it's only like 2 ingredients. Well, 3 if you count the toppings, but I just got some almond bark, and this is the vanilla, and some sunflower seeds. And I have other stuff here as well for a different batch. But this is something so simple. I just kind of break it into smaller chunks and just put this broken up bark in the bowl. From here, I'm just gonna throw it in the microwave. And I'm just gonna put it in there for 90 seconds and let that start to melt down. Just make sure that you microwave it just until it's melted. You might have a few chunks in it, but just keep stirring it and it'll melt down, and then it'll be the perfect temperature to add in your ingredients. As you can see here, it has melted, but there's still some big chunks in it here, so that's not gonna work. I'm gonna throw it back in for maybe another 20 seconds or so. Okay, so I can definitely tell that the texture is about right here. So I'm gonna stir this. There's a few big chunks here. Get those stirred out, but you really want a creamy consistency, no chunks at all, because if you have any of those chunks in there, you're just going to end up eating a hard piece of almond bark at some point. Somebody is going to get that, but if you keep stirring it here, it's just going to be kind of like the consistency of paint. You see here. But I think everything's good here. Now this is where you have to act kind of fast, because of course as this cools down, it's going to start to harden. And that's the one thing I love about using a ceramic bowl, is it retains the heat, so it gives you a little bit of time to work with it. I put the whole bag, it's a whole pound, in with 1 block of the almond bark. Saltiness of the sunflower seeds really helps to tame down the extreme sweetness of the almond bark. And so as you can see here, I'm just making sure that this is totally mixed together really well. I have already laid down some parchment paper over here on the counter. And what I do is I just do little blobs of whatever size you want. I mean, if you want to do some big blobs, some little blobs, whatever works best for the crowd that you're trying to please. I mean, quite honestly, I start out in normal bite-sized pieces, and then I get lazy, and so I end up doing really big blobs because, you know, I want to be done. But so I just basically just plop it on the paper into these little sections here, and then I have something else that I do just for a little extra something or other. But let me get this all plopped out. So now what I like to do before it cools down is take some colored sugar and just sprinkle it on each of the little blobs of sweet goodness that I have here, just to give it a little festive look. Now we just have to wait for these to cool and then they'll be good to go. I am actually going to make another set of these, be chocolate flavored. And instead of the sunflower kernels, I'm going to use peanuts. And I actually just use the dry roasted peanuts because I think that they taste better, they have a better flavor. So I am going to follow the same steps I did for the other. Since I used the vanilla almond bark in my bowl, I did that first on purpose because then I'm just going to melt the dark chocolate in the same bowl so I don't have to clean it because I'm lazy. I have my chocolate melted here. 1 pound containers of dry roasted peanuts. I usually pour in 1 and then see if the coverage is good. But again, this is something that you do whatever works best for you and see 1 is enough. So that's about what I used for the sunflower kernels too. So 1 pound of mix in with the block of the almond bark. And you know, if you want to get fancy and put pistachios or, you know, any kind of nut would be good to put in here. But that's the beauty of it. You can make it however you want. I actually, one time I mixed in with this, with the peanuts, I mixed in some of those broken up toffee pieces. I put those in there. It's whatever you want to do, but it's so simple. I mean, it doesn't get any simpler than that. 2 ingredients, you know, and you're good to go. So I'm gonna plop these out, get these all good to go, and then I will show you the end result. If you want to be extra lazy, all you have to do is just dump out the mixture. So you can just heat it, dump in the ingredients, and then just dump it out as a big sheet, as thick as you want, out on the parchment paper. Then you can just break it up. I hope you found today's video to be a fun and easy way to bring a little festivity into your home. I enjoyed showing you how easy it is to make something that really isn't all that hard to do. If I can do it, you can do it. But I appreciate you all for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow. Take care, everybody.